Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. I have with me today Jeneissy Azcuy. Jenny is the Senior VP of Marketing and Communications for South Florida PBS and a dear friend. And we're going to talk about everything that's going on in your life and upcoming events for the South Florida PBS. And I thank you week after week. South Florida PBS is the sponsor for our show. And because of you, we're able to bring on people that are doing such good work in our community. So I thank you very much for that. And it's not just South Florida PBS, it's allhealthtv.com, where you can get a lot of great information. So here, I'm going to give you this back, and we're going to talk about, you've been traveling a lot. Let's talk about your travels for work and play.
Sure. So first of all, it's great to see you again.
Thanks.
Behind the mic. I see you all the time, but this time
we're not
behind the
playing pickleball.
mic. And I thank you for everything that you do, because you do shine a light on the good work that people are doing in the community.
And thanks to you for helping us do that.
But I wanted to thank you for that, and also for allowing me to share with your audience everything that goes on at South Florida PBS, on the channel, and of course in the community, because as you well know, we're out in the community a lot. And so why don't we start with that? So let me talk about my travels. I've been representing South Florida PBS at different conferences. In fact, I just got back from Palm Springs. We were at the American Public Television Conference there, and what we were doing was promoting Changing Seas, which is our ocean conservation program that's been around for 15 years and won numerous awards, Emmys and Film Festival awards. And then Stargazers, which is our astronomy and stargazing series. And we had the host there, Alexa Elliott, who's the producer of Changing Seas, was also there. And so we were able to talk to a lot of other PBS stations in the system across the country about these two programs. Changing Seas has awesome carriage. I mean, it's international, not just in the United States, but other stations in other countries carry it. So it's really wonderful. And then Stargazers has been around for over 45 years, not with the same host, with a different host. But yeah, there's renewed interest, and it does so well on digital, because we do share, they're like shorter form videos. They're what we call interstitials. And we share it on broadcast on the linear channel, but we also share it on digital, and it does really, really well on digital. So had a great time there. Had an opportunity to go up to San Jacinto State Park, which is 8,000 miles above water. And that was an unforgettable experience.
Was it cold up there?
It was so cold.
I bet.
Yeah, it was like maybe like low 50s, high 40s. By our standards, it's really cold. By other people's standards, perhaps not so much.
If you're Canadian, you're walking around in a T-shirt, right?
Exactly. And then prior to that, we had gone to the NEDA conference, and that was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. NEDA? NEDA is National Education Telecommunications Association.
Okay.
So it was really great to represent South Florida PBS. Did I tell you that we organized a pickleball tournament?
No.
It wasn't really a tournament. It was like a mixer. And a bunch of people showed up.
It was just fun.
It was so much fun. And so we always try to integrate fun and healthy and arts-related elements into everything we do. As a matter of fact, I've been reading a book. It's called Your Brain on Art. And it's a fascinating book. It's all about how the arts influence us, impact us from the time we're little to even now, in terms of our, cognitive development, our emotional development, our mental health, and, overall well-being. So started reading it, and I was like, we do that. We do that. We incorporate music into our events. Obviously, our music programs, which, by the way, I'm going to digress here a little bit, because I do want to share what's coming up in terms of the music programs this month, because they're amazing. It's the New Divas live from Vienna.
Oh, really?
So new, not ones that we know, but they're so talented. And we also have tickets for this, because there's a concert. They're going to be in person here in Florida, South Florida.
Where are they playing? At the Arts Center or Broward or?
You know
does
what?
it say?
I'm not really. maybe it's in
If
here
you're a
because
member, they'll let you know.
Hold on a second, New Divas. Arch Center.
I see. Arch
Yes,
Center. Okay.
April 13th, 2024. Because this is our guide. I know you were holding it at the beginning of
That's
our conversation.
my guide.
That's your guide. That's your guide. But here on the back, we have all the concerts that are coming up and where. And so there's this is not really a concert, but this is going to be such a singular, unique experience for the holidays. It's the first time that this is being done here in South Florida, and it's called Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. It's a family event, and it's very much a la Cirque du Soleil, with lots of vibrant characters and doing a lot of gymnastics and pirouettes and stuff.
And is that the Arts Center as well?
No, that's going to be actually, we had it for the Fontainebleau Hilton, but I believe it has changed venues. And I'm not sure exactly, I can't remember right now. I will remember later on where it changed to. But it's on our website. So all of our events and all of our concerts, you can find them at southfloridapbs.org/events. Yeah. And there's a little QR code here as well. So if you're a member, you receive this program guide. And you receive the newsletter, which you so nicely printed out for me. Thank you, Gloria.
I get everything.
I know. So that's going to be really interesting. And we're offering tickets to Pomp, Snow, and Circumstance. And I can't wait to go see it. I'm actually going to go and take my grandson.
Fun.
He doesn't know this yet, but yes.
Well, he will now if he watches the show.
My son will know and his wife will know.
Right, exactly.
They'll be like, what were you talking about? But anyways.
So we have some videos. Are we going to play the videos?
Yeah, why don't we watch the
upcoming?
Shining the Light. Yes, that's the video that has all of the highlights of programs that are coming up in November. Let's take a look.
Let's see. You find it? I sent her like 4 different things, so she's got
the best programs.
There
November.
African Americans have served this country from the beginning.
Black Americans were more respected and accepted among allies than the country that they were fighting for.
This is the 2 words.
I'm Billie Jean King. I invited world-class athletes to team up for a series of one-on-one conversations to share their powerful stories of their individual roads to success.
This is an alien world. To unravel these mysteries, 30 new spy creatures with hidden cameras will infiltrate almost every ocean on the planet.
Nobody's good at war.
Gorgeous.
I have no choice but to fight for my country.
Cinematography there.
Yeah, but to be able to get that using the fish.
And to get the camera on those
Tune
fish
in to
and see
South
it from
Florida
their point of
PBS
view.
this November.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's awesome.
So you saw Barbara Streisand there. That concert is called Back to Brooklyn, and it premieres Thanksgiving weekend. So it'll be at 8 p.m. on Saturday, November 25th on WPBT. No. And then we have it on WXCL at 10 p.m. on November 27th. So basically it says, for 2 magical nights in 2012, legend Barbara Streisand made a triumphant return to her roots and the borough where it all started. So that's what you see there.
Yeah.
But there's also an extended version of this concert available on Passport. Passport is the member benefit.
Right, yeah,
It's the
exactly.
equivalent of, say, Netflix, if you will,
Right.
for PBS. So it has all the programs. And then there are special features and special programs on there that are not currently on the linear channel, so
Right.
on broadcast. And then the other one that's really wonderful and I'm looking forward to watching is Great Performances. And that's celebrating
Those
50
are
years
always
of
good.
Broadway's best. And that's going to be airing also Thanksgiving weekend. So that's going to be wonderful.
Oh, great weekend, huh?
I know. There's so many. Mavis Staples, live from Symphony Center, Chicago, also airing. So all of these shows will be during the Thanksgiving weekend. And I have to be transparent. Some of them are pledge programs, so that means that if you watch and you feel inclined to support South Florida PBS, it's a great time to do it, because some of these come with like tickets to concerts, or
I've
like
gotten
premiums
ABBA
or
ticket.
thank you
Yeah,
gifts.
there's all kind of great things.
Yeah, and so we thank you. We thank the members and the donors by inviting them to these concerts or events. Speaking of events,
What?
I sent you a video. We've been so busy this year, so busy. We've been out in the community. I believe the video says 85 times, but by the time that was produced, we had already done another like 5 or 6 events. So we're very close to reaching the 100 number. And that's either we participate in an organization's event that they're doing out in the community. Remember, we serve Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach.
Right.
So we're all over the place. Or we execute our own events, which take the form of screenings or maybe immersive experiences, always centered around our content and our content pillars, arts and culture, science and the environment, health, kids and education, etc. So why don't we take a look at that video? These are just like highlights with pictures of different events that we've been, like I said, out in the community doing.
See if I recognize any of these. Oh, look how cute. That looks like our clubhouse in this. It isn't, or it is? Maybe it was.
Clubhouse?
Yeah. It just looked like the inside. Cool. Wow. Oh, I remember that. I think the Storytellers. That's the one I wanted to go to. One we did in Liberty City. Liberty City was over time that we did in that. It was before school, backpacks.
And was that what the Rotary Club?
A Rotary Club gave away what?
We gave away the backpacks
Yeah,
for the
right.
kids.
Yeah.
So as you can see there, it says 85, but again, we're up to, I would say like 90, 91, and we still have 2 months left. So we have a lot
Wow.
planned and a lot coming up. In fact,
I would think with the holidays coming up too, you've got
we're
a
going to
lot
be
more.
at the Miami Book Fair. Miss Penny is going to be
wow.
doing a STEAM activity. So for Kid Vision Full Steam Ahead, the science of paper airplanes. She's going to be at the Children's Alley teaching the children how to make these airplanes and doing a STEAM activity with them in terms of flying them and aerodynamics, teaching them about that. And that's going to be on Friday, November 17th at 10:30 a.m.
It's next
And then-
week.
And yeah,
Next Friday.
next Friday. And then again at 12:30 p.m. So we're going to be
Wait a minute.
there.
It's this coming Friday. It's not next Friday. It is this
Well,
Friday.
this Friday. Yes, this Friday. Right. Yeah, it's right around the corner.
What?
And then we just released another Kid Vision virtual field trip, and this is with Miss Penny at the Palm Beach Zoo, and we had an event there the Friday before last, where we had about 30 kindergartners come out, and we showed them the field trip, and the zookeeper was there, Mike. And he talked to them about different things, unique elements and characteristics of some of the animals. I learned a couple of them, which I thought were really interesting. So he's also featured in the video. And then Miss Penny talked to them and read a goodnight gorilla to them, and then we took them out to the zoo and we showed them the different animals that were featured in the video.
What a great age,
We
though,
had them
too.
lunch. We gave them lunch. We had Clifford as a guest there, and the kids were just like loving it, loving
bet.
it.
You can't
was
get better than
wonderful.
kindergarten kids.
No,
oh, man.
no.
They're the best audience.
So refreshing, right?
Yeah.
To see such
No, because they're-
enthusiasm.
Yeah, because everything is brand new to them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so no, it's great.
Yes. And then we also have a couple of events for Christmas that are coming up for the holidays that we're going to be participating in. And then we have another on the town screening, and that's going to be in Palm Beach. Date to be determined. We're working on that. Venue as well. But it's all about pet-friendly places in Palm Beach and the Palm Beaches.
Oh.
So we will encourage people to come out with their pets.
Okay.
So we're looking for a venue that allows that. And so that's going to be so much fun because talk about children, but then talk about pets, right?
Yeah, right,
Animals.
right.
How cute are they?
Yeah.
They liven up any environment, any situation.
For sure. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then the other thing that I know you're looking forward to as well as I, because we've been watching for 2 seasons already. We have the 3rd season of Sex Talk coming out.
Oh, yeah.
With Dr. Leah.
Exactly.
And that's going to be fun because let me just give you a brief description of.
I thought it already started.
No,
it
it
hasn't?
premieres on my birthday.
What the heck have I been watching? I bet it must be old ones.
Reruns. Season 3. She delves into the enigmatic realms of sex and relationships, addressing the queries you've longed to explore. Basically, she answers your questions.
She answers
any question that you may have.
She has nothing surprises her.
Exactly. No, she doesn't hold back. I mean, she
Yeah.
has the knowledge and she addresses everything with a very medical and scientific approach.
Exactly.
But, you have her co-host, Derek, and he infuses some humor into it because why not?
They work off each other.
Exactly.
He's a lot of fun.
They're a great pair.
Yeah, because sometimes you could just see it in his eyes when he's asking these questions. He's going, "Oh, okay."
The little twinkle. You're like, okay, here it comes. Derek's going to ask his question.
And then as follow-up questions, you wonder if those questions are for him or a friend of his.
I love that. I'm going to tell him. Well, we also had them at the Sun Sentinel Prime Expo that just took place about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago on a Sunday. And it was packed. We had these breakout sessions. We had Anne Bocock there talking to Dr. Watson, who's a novelist, and she's the host of Between the Covers. So she was interviewing him about his new book, which is fascinating to listen to. Again, learning a lot from, because it's all historical novels. Mm-hmm. So you get caught up in the plot and the storyline, but you're also learning, about the period, the history.
Exactly. That's a great thing.
And people love that. Yeah, I love that. So, and then we had Marion Stewart, who's the producer of Menopause Makeover. And she was talking about how to treat menopause in a very holistic, very healthy way. Mm-hmm. So that we had an audience of women there. And then we had Derek and Dr. Leah, and they were talking about the new season, what to expect, taking questions. And then I interviewed, to open up the entire thing, a doctor who talked about dementia and Alzheimer's. He's an expert. He's a researcher, also a medical doctor. We had a nutritionist there. She talked about the impact of nutrition on the brain, on the body, and how it's all interconnected. Mm-hmm. And then we had the president of the Southeast chapter of Alzheimer's Foundation. And so that was the topic, Alzheimer's, dementia, what's the difference? What new research is out there? What new medication is out there?
Yeah.
How does it impact, people, and how do you get tested, and when should you get tested? And all these, wonderful questions that people unfortunately are grappling with because they have, they're caregivers to people that have dementia or Alzheimer's, or they themselves may be concerned, right?
Yeah.
Or their families might be concerned that, they're at
They're
the very
developing it.
beginning, that there might be an onset of it.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. And that was another event, like I said, it's been quite busy. And I think that's, pretty much what we have. But, wait, I wanted to also talk about one more show, and then we can go into another topic. I think in the video you
Shining
saw...
the Light? Is that what you're talking
in
about?
the Shining the Light video, you saw a few women, notable women, and they're groundbreakers. So basically the show celebrates 50 years of female excellence in sports through the eyes of athletes who changed the system. And you saw Billie Jean King, right?
Yeah, she's like an icon.
So she's the host. And of course,
perfect.
a tennis legend.
Yeah.
So the film weaves together stories of 8 icons to discuss how their struggles and achievements shaped women's sports. So that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, this Friday that just passed, we did a second town hall on mental health among teens. So the one that we just did was Finding Hope, Confronting the Suicide Epidemic Town Hall. This one is actually all people, not just kids or young people.
Right.
That was a really good town hall. It was streamed on Facebook. Now it's going to be edited and, of course, then shown on the Health Channel. But I invite you to check it out.
So when they did the town hall, did they have people that used a chat, or ask questions and that kind
A
of stuff?
lot of engagement, a lot of
I bet
questions
there were.
and comments, and words of support
It's
and
so timely.
encouragement.
Yeah.
So we're, as you know, we're always doing these town halls, and anyone can go to the Health Channel's website, allhealthtv.com, or they can go to the Health Channel's Facebook page, which is All Health TV, All Health Go, All Health Go, and you'll find them all there. But then we also edit them and then we broadcast them. And a lot of times we also show it on WPBT and WXCL.
And then there's a place to go to ask questions.
Yes,
And
on
how
the
does that-
website.
on the website, you
there
can
is.
just ask questions.
And you submit it.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we either provide Ask Hannah, which is our chat service. It's a free chat service where you can chat with nurses who are on call. And they, send you the answer. They either reply right there on the chat, in the chat box, or if it's like after hours, they might send you an email with a response.
Right.
Or we take those questions and we use them in the next town hall to kind of frame
Oh,
that
yeah.
conversation
That's a
that we
great
want to
idea.
have with the health experts. Because when we hear from you, we know what's on your mind, what's worrying you, what concerns you, what you're interested in. And the idea is to take that feedback and to then, integrate it into what we're doing so that we're actually providing a service by answering people's questions.
But I love that. Instead of, talking to your friends and getting non-expert advice.
Or and by the way, I was
Ask
going to
Hannah
say,
might be a better
or
option.
going to YouTube and looking something up. But I will say we do have a very robust channel on YouTube. All Health TV does. All Health Go. And so a lot of questions are answered on there by medical experts through interviews that we've done. And then we kind of take the clips, right, that focus on each individual question and we share it. And these are, medical experts from very renowned medical organizations across the country, not just here locally. So if you want information that's accurate and trustworthy, that's where you should go.
Yeah, and that's so great because you can kind of preview what you might want to ask your doctor when you go for a checkup and say, hey, I've heard this, this, and this. Instead of listening to commercials about the pharmaceutical companies are making about different things, to go and be able to talk to experts is just such a great resource.
I agree 100% because you have to be your own health advocate.
Absolutely.
You have to be informed, and just going and researching in the proper places, right? And getting that information is really essential to being able to ask the right questions.
Absolutely, yeah. So thank you for coming. our time is up.
Oh, no.
Yes.
How long have we been talking? Time just flies when we talk.
Yeah. So thank you again for sponsoring the show week after week, South Florida PBS.
Our pleasure.
Love you. If you are not already a member, you need to be. They're probably the best resource, South Florida PBS, the library, you can't beat these two for the best resources in our community. And so thank you for all you do and for coming and sharing the show with me.
Again, my pleasure.
All right.
Great talking to you.
Till next time, everybody, I'm gone next week, so have a happy Thanksgiving. And we've got Hanukkah coming up and Christmas and Kwanzaa. There are so many things coming up, and I hope you all have a great